Good morning dear students and welcome back in our video lecture with the same topic, carbon and its compounds. So in my previous video lecture we have studied about diamond, what is structure of diamond, what are the properties of diamond and what are the uses of diamond, also which diamonds are famous. So tell me names of famous diamonds. Yes, Kohinoor, Pitt and Hobbs, these are the diamonds which are famous in world. Now we are going to study about next crystalline allotrope of carbon, that is graphite. So as all of us are familiar with lead pencil, the lead is not actually the metal lead, because in 118 elements lead is the metal which is represented by symbol Pb, but our lead pencil not consist of that lead, but the lead pencil which we use is the graphite mixed with some clay. So rubbing off carbon in graphite is easy. You do it many times when you write with a lead pencil. So graphite is made up of layers of carbon atoms that can slide over each other easily, making graphite one of the softest known material. So you can see in the diagram what is structure of that graphite. So in graphite, each carbon atom is attached to neighboring three carbon atoms, and it just form hexagon, and this structure is just means it is just arranged like this. They are just slide over one over the other, and that's why graphite is softest material. Graphite is found to exist in the natural form in Siberia, then Italy also, and in India also, but it is also prepared artificially on very large scale. In India, graphite is found in Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Jammu and Kashmir, Orissa, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu and Uttar Pradesh. So this is about graphite. Then what are the properties of graphite? So graphite is grayish black substance. It is smooth and slippery to touch. It is soft, crystalline substance having strong metallic luster. It is so soft that it is soapy to touch and makes paper black. Hence the name is black lead. So it is very good conductor of heat and electricity. So why it is very good conductor of electricity? Because in graphite each carbon atom is bounded to three different atoms, and that's why one free carbon is there. That carbon is responsible for carrying electricity. That's why graphite is good conductor of electricity. Its density is from 1.9 to 2.3 gram per cm cube. So it is much lighter than diamond. Then the melting point of graphite is about 3730 degrees Celsius, and as like diamond, when you just burn or on heating that at 700 degrees Celsius with oxygen, this graphite will form carbon dioxide gas. Then what are the uses of graphite? So graphite being soft and can easily write on paper, it is therefore used in pencils. As it is good conductor of electricity, it is used as electrodes in electric arcs and in dry cells. So we have studied about electric circuit diagram. In electric circuit diagram we use two electrodes, so that electrodes are also made up of graphite, and in dry cell also there is electrode which is made up of that graphite. Graphite is also used as lubricant where high temperatures are involved, in polishing iron work and as stove polish, then to produce conducting surface upon non-conductors is in electroplating and electrotyping. Then graphite and plastic form a strong, lightweight, composite material that is used to make fishing rods, bicycle frames, then spacecraft parts, dish antennas and tennis rackets. Okay. Then the dark grey color of graphite makes it suitable for making black paint and printers ink. Graphite crucibles, means small containers, are used for melting some materials. So this is about uses of graphite. So when you compare graphite and diamond, so what is density of graphite? It is about 1.9 to 2.3, and what is density of diamond? It is 3.5 gram per cm cube. So color of graphite is dark grey. It has also shine, and diamond is colorless, transparent crystal. Actually it is translucent, and it just sparkle in light. So graphite is soft, diamond is hard. Then graphite is good conductor of heat and electricity. Diamond is bad conductor of electricity. Then In graphite, each carbon atom is joined to 3 carbon atoms. In diamond, each carbon atom is joined to 4 carbon atoms. This is about graphite and diamond. So I hope you got all points related to graphite and diamond. If you have any doubt in this, you can ask me. Thank you. So next, a crystalline form of carbon is fullerene. So what is fullerene? So you can see in the diagram how this fullerene looks. It just looks like buckyball, like football. So it is now known that carbon is far more versatile in the solid state than was thought in the past few years. So in 1985, chemists created a new allotrope of carbon by heating graphite to extremely high temperature, and it has spherical molecules in which 60 carbon atoms are joined together. Chemists named this perfect sphere Buckminster Fullerene after the American architect Buckminster Fuller, who designed such type of arrangement, means this football like arrangement, domes that had hexagons and pentagons to provide rigid structure with a three-dimensional geometry. So when you just observe this C60 or buckyball or fullerene, you can see it is made up of pentagon and hexagons. So in this total, means this C60 molecule Buckminster Fullerene, all the spherical balls represents carbon atoms. So in this fullerene, you can see in the diagram at the center pentagon is there, and then it is at the each side of pentagon hexagon is there. So this type of arrangement is there. Then you already know that unlike diamond and graphite, which have unending giant crystal structure, the original fullerene form molecules containing 60 carbon atoms, and these molecules are shaped like tiny ball, or it is also called as buckyball. It just look like football with an atom of carbon at each point where the lines on a ball would normally meet. So after discovery of fullerene in laboratory, geologists have discovered fullerene in nature in the meteorite which created crater in Germany and in ancient rocks in New Zealand. So fullerenes have also been found to occur naturally in some rocks in Russia. So this is about fullerene. So some points are very important related to carbon. Carbon is versatile. So why it is versatile? Because each carbon atom forms 4 covalent bonds, because its valency is 4, that we have studied. So organic molecules are made up of carbon atoms bonded together by single, double or triple bond. The range of compounds formed by these bonded carbon atoms are the basis of organic chemistry. So fullerenes having C70, C90 and C120 also have now been discovered, means along with C60 another fullerenes are also discovered like C70, C90, C120. Many scientists have been able to prepare different compounds of fullerenes, excited by the properties of these recently discovered materials which contain fullerenes. Scientists are trying to find ways to use them. Means still research on fullerene is going on. Okay students, so when cool some fullerenes based compounds which include other non-carbon atoms such as helium, neon, argon, krypton and xenon, all inert gases, and nitrogen atoms as well as He2 and Na2 are superconductors, that is they can conduct electricity with no resistance. So these are superconductors. It is hoped that someday materials containing fullerenes and their compounds may prove of great use as superconductors, semiconductors, lubricants, catalysts, electrical wires or as fibers to reinforce plastic. Researches are now going on to find if some compounds based on C60 can help in prediction of AIDS causing viruses. So this is about fullerene. So now still research on fullerene is going on. So today we have discussed about 2 crystalline forms of carbon, graphite and fullerene. So I hope you got all points related to graphite and fullerene. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Thank you.